I think the number one reason you should come to Calgary Peds is for the people. I think all programs are pretty similar in terms of their curriculum, but I think that we have done a really good job of building a really fantastic cohort of residents.
I always say I don't know what magic happens with CARMS to have the people end up here that do, but it's such an amazing group.
I'm super close with my residents and they've been such a huge support for me over the last 3 years. I don't think I would have gotten as far and have done as well without them.
There is some sort of a magic touch because they all get together and form this really cohesive bond. I venture out to say a friendship for life.
Every week or so, we get together after our half day and we meet up and we debrief the week. We go for dinner and drinks, and it's just this wonderful support network that we can always rely on.
So I am an original Calgarian. I am one of the few special people who did not come to Calgary from somewhere, and that's probably the strongest message I have.
And I feel like Calgary's changed so much over the last couple of years. It's gotten like a lot of cool new restaurants and bars to explore, which is amazing. The music scene is really like blowing up in Calgary, which has been really cool to experience as well.
I personally really love is the fact that we are sunny about 350 something days of the year.
But also the thing that makes living in Calgary so special is the proximity to the mountains and the ability to just get out and do these hikes and do these beautiful nature excursions that are just an hour or 2 hours away. And I know that our residents do this all the time. They take, a hard week at the hospital and they unload with a weekend in the mountains, and it's a really amazing part of living in Calgary.
The second thing that I think is really amazing about our program is the hospital itself. So we are super lucky to be at the Alberta Children's Hospital and actually spend pretty much all 4 years primarily here. What that ends up meaning is over time you get to know all of the staff from the different subspecialties, the nurses on the units, the respiratory therapists, but we have really a small center feel in the sense that we actually have very few fellows. What that means is, as the residents, you're often the first person in line for procedures, the first person who gets to work with that subspecialist.
I also love that we have a lot of different like multidisciplinary staff in-house. Like we have our dietitians and our occupational therapists, and they're also super great to learn from and learn with.
This program has been such an amazing experience to be a part of. My focus is on the academic curriculum, and what we're really proud of are several things. One of them is our Kids Sim curriculum. We've been incorporating increasing amounts of simulation into our academic half days because we know the residents love the experience and they learn so much more from being hands-on.
We have world-class educators who are all trained in simulation. We have state-of-the-art facilities that are very high fidelity, and we do it a lot. So every month or so we're running through a different neonatal or pediatric simulation to gain comfort and familiarity with those skills.
And it's been really nice to get some hands-on experience in a really low-stakes environment, and it's always the most supportive environment. So we've had some sims with just like our one crew, and then a couple that are mixed with our upper years, and it's really nice to see where I'll be one day. Other reasons to come to Calgary is we can tailor your learning to whatever you need. We have outreach education, we have small urban rotations. We can send people up north into the Northern Territories for very unique learning experiences.
So right now there's a group of residents that are doing a lot of work in Indigenous outreach and creating outreach programs and finding out the needs of the Indigenous communities and just doing all this exciting work.
We get a lot of diversity in the population that we get to see, which is great for learning, but also great for personal connection. It's really nice to take care of patients that look like you, and I think it's really nice for patients to see a provider that looks like them.
I think one of the magical things about being in pediatrics and at a children's hospital is just all the fun you get to have with your patients. Every year I like to work Christmas. We have Santa come by, and then in Christmas Eve is my favorite shift to work because you actually get to help sneak all the presents into the kids' rooms, which is super fun.
One of the patient encounters that's super close to me was just working in a tick clinic downstairs. And I had about 2 hours where I just got to step aside and play with this kid. And we did our hair together, and we put elastics in our hair, and we played basketball in this playroom, and we just walked around. And at the end of this, I got invited to her birthday. And it just shows you how much you are actually integrated into these families' lives and how much you can make a difference.
I love the children. It is the reason that I participate in education of the next generation of people who will enjoy coming to see their little patients every day.
just seeing that growth during their time with us. And it's amazing to actually see that confidence that they build so that when they graduate and they go out into the world and they're practicing as physicians, we're confident that they're going to do an amazing job.
We really are a family here, and we work together and support each other, and coming to work for me is coming home in a way, a place where we have each other's backs, we get to learn together, and when things get hard, we support each other through it. So all of it is just really based on the people.
Thank you for your interest in Calgary. We wish you luck to wherever life takes you, and we really sincerely wish to see you in Calgary soon.